Thursday. It's TIMBP Live. What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. I am so pumped for tonight. Just because I'm just looking forward to hanging out with you guys tonight. Thank you to everybody who was here in the chat beforehand. Don Nishida, Mike Meyer, Darren Wright, Scott Pigsley. Guys, thank you all so much for joining tonight. I'm sure more folks will come in as the evening rolls along. We're in the middle of getting pummeled by ice right now. So I'm sure that there are folks, at least in the central Kentucky area, that will wind up hanging out with us. But I hope everybody is out there being safe, staying safe. I know that it is really quite treacherous for a lot of folks. So if you don't have to go outside, don't. Please be careful. Just be careful, please. Please, we don't want anybody getting hurt. But also, if you're watching on the replay, hello. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. Bell notification, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Share. I remember when you had to, peace and wealth seeker. Hello. Bourbon's on ice better than neat. Interesting. We're going to find that out tonight. But it's funny because I was getting a video together, which, by the way, yes, that does mean that there is a new video dropping on the channel tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm super excited about it. It's been basically on the back burner since October, and I finally got around to finishing up the edit last night. And it turned out I only had like 2 minutes left to edit to go through. So not sure what happened there. But the good news is it's done and it's uploaded, and there's no turning back. And I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna spoil too much about it, but John Wadsworth is here. It says, "Evening, good people." Evening to you, John Wadsworth. Donnie says, "Hi, all internet challenges." Donnie is in a hotel at the moment after dropping off their cats, and because they have no power in Memphis. So hope you guys are staying safe and warm and everything. JG Wentworth, 877 Mash Now. I did a little remix of it there on accident, but whiskey, cheers to you, JG. It's good to see you, man. Hope everybody's doing well. So tonight, in celebration is not the right word, but in honor of the fact that we have frozen rain falling from the sky and potentially knocking out our power. Yes, do stay safe, everyone. I wanted to do a little experiment because, and also I'm warming up with a little bit of New Riff single barrel. It's a 113 proof, which is my favorite New Riff proof. You like the remix? Thank you. But this is one of my, I love I love 113 proof New Riff single barrels. I think they're super fantastic. But yeah, I wanted to do a little experiment and see if there was any way, and I'm sure that there is, to tell the difference between whiskey on the rocks and whiskey neat. This is a thing I have not really done in a long time. It has been a hot minute since I have had just just straight bourbon over ice. So I'm curious. I'm going to be doing 3 tonight. I'm going to be doing Russell's Reserve single barrel. I'm going to be doing a Knob Creek single barrel, and I'm also going to be doing Elijah Craig barrel proof. Now, Elijah Craig barrel proof over ice is definitely not something that I have ever considered doing in my entire life. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome to this is. John says, "It's warm down here in Georgia. We actually have high wind and severe thunderstorm warnings, almost like spring. Stay safe there as well, please." Lil's over on Facebook. She says, "Check the chat group." I will have to do that. Joseph Brazo's here. Hello, Joseph. Mike says, "I use ice in the summer at the cabin. Otherwise, I never do. It is fine either way, though." That's the thing. I'm betting the Rocks drink is colder. That's highly possible. What was I gonna say? Oh, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if it's just gonna be like a preference that I wind up discovering or what. And this is purely just me like going, what could this? Why don't I just do this so I can say I've done it? So first and foremost, we're gonna have our. It's already melting a little bit. It's not showing up well on screen. See if you can see it in the mold. It's my little Stormtrooper ice mold. There we go. There we go. And so everything's going to be, I'm going to do 1-to-1 basically the entire time. The only bourbons that aren't negatively affected by ice are Elijah Craig and Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's one of those standards that kind of survives on its own one way or another. Also, got to show off my tipsy whiskey shenanigans. Tipsy whiskey shenanigans. I hardly ever use ice as well. It usually waters it all down too much for me. Well, I agree, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna be drinking. My Glencairn is going to be this is my bourbon drinking glass. Glen. We're not gonna focus. You too focused on Snuffy. We'll talk about Snuffy here in a second. I don't think it's gonna work. And then my rocks glass is my old podcast whiskey weekend rocks glass, which was batch 2, batch 1 that I got this from. Totally forgot. It's been so long. Don says, instead of ice, I've put my glass in the freezer for a few minutes. Cast strength whiskey served at 85 degrees is not great. Hey, it's whatever you feel you want to dive into. Emily Chambers says, cheers, crew. Hit the like button. Do indeed please hit that thumbs up and the bell notification, all that good stuff. Because it really does help out the channel. So you know what else helps out the channel? Boy, that was like not much at all. Is it soaking into the ice cube? I feel like I poured more than that, but I guess not. Let's see if I can do that. Is that going to show up in the shot? No, it's not. Doesn't matter. Hello, Clifton. Mr. Bourbon Bites himself. Clifton, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to miss your stream tonight. I'm recording a podcast, one of my friends' podcasts tonight after I get done. But if I get done in enough time, which usually doesn't happen because we talk about stuff for a very long time, I will join. But in the meantime, you guys go and check out Clifton's stream tonight. He is drinking through for Scotch. Is it International Scotch Day? The different regions of Scotch whiskey. So very cool. Patrick. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. I don't know the rest of that song, unfortunately. Lil is here. She was on Facebook and now she's over on YouTube, just waiting to go into the oncology unit. So I'll be hanging them once out and hooked up. Good to just see you in here, though. Lil, I miss you guys. I'm so excited for later this year. So Snuffy chats. Hi, Joseph. I finally got a hi. Pre-game with some bourbon. There you go. Eric Black's here. What's going on, Eric Black? Hope you're well, buddy. It's good to see you in here. So Snuffy chats. As you can see behind me, Mr. Snuffleupagus is our mascot for live streams. And because we are not yet at a point on the channel where I can do super chats directly on YouTube, we have to have alternative ways to do that. So it's just like doing super chats that you normally would. But Ice is back with a brand new edition. There we go. Okay, all right. How many people are just gonna like throw more lyrics to Ice Ice Baby in? ADHD whiskey. What's going on, Matt? Matt says, Perry, I got your voicemail. Humble brag on your end, but I still have no voice and can barely friggin' talk. I will text you. In a little bit because I need to follow up with you on my voicemail. And Matt also says, P.S. I love you. I love you too, buddy. I love you too. I got something else I'm going to... I've got something else I want to bring up with you as well. But all right, I don't want to let this go for too long, but we do have our first snuffy chat of the evening. It's from Mr. Eric Black. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, man. It's fantastic. You guys are the best. There's multiple different ways to do snuffy chats. PayPal, Venmo, or through the Stream Elements link below. Dan B. What's up, Dan B? Good evening, all. Good evening to you. Hashtag Team Snuffy, indeed. This is Willie Nelson. The only thing worse than ice in bourbon is vanilla ice. But enjoy bourbon how you like, but never vanilla ice. Cheers, Perry. Cheers to you, Cody. Good to see you, dude. Good to have you in here. Wow. There are a lot of people in here for this early in the night. This is nice. Thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate that. One thing I forgot to mention, too, with the Snuffy Chats, if you do it through the Stream Elements link, your message actually shows up right here on screen. So this is Darren's message from last week when he did a Snuffy Chat. So if you want to leave a nice little greeting, it'll show up on the screen. And I can usually read them for the most part, but I might have to... Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Turn my camera off for a hot second. Oh, wait, no. Darren's got a new one. Ice Ice Baby. That's funny. I honestly, Darren didn't even notice that there was a new one. That's very ironic. So I took a sip of the iced up Russell's. Really quite good. It's made it very vanilla-y and kind of sweet. So I'm going to jump back to the neat one. Jay, I have not had a chance to get caught up on my giveaways. That's one of the reasons I'm not doing one tonight, because I am so daggum far behind. But if if we get the ice and everything shut down the way that people are kind of thinking that it's going to be, I'm going to be using tomorrow and Saturday to get all of that up and running, and just at least like packaged for you guys, because I feel so bad that I'm so behind. Lil says, "Ooh, I just realized I got a wrench. Thanks, Pear Bear. You're welcome." I I think I wrenched you. That sounds bad. I think I made you a wrench. I made you a wrench when there was like a bot or something. Next snuffy chat from Mr. Don Nishida. Tony Bag of Donuts. Hi, Perry. Oh, also, thank you, Don, so much. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look over that. Tony, hi, Perry. As per the pregame chats this week, I poured a 139 proof peated single malt. Ooh. Oh, I bet that's awesome. And 138.1 Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. Cheers to wet/iced February. Wet February. It's just... Dano, is the video not working? Video should be fine. That's very strange that there might be no video. I'm not sure why. Let me move this over a little bit so I can see a couple of screens at the same time. Mike says video's good. Darren says working for me. Scott says refresh. Scott also says, I'm still here just lurking. I looked over at my bourbon shelf and it was leaning toward the left more than it should, so I'm reinforcing it. Good for you. Got to keep that bourbon shelf stable. Definitely got to keep it stable. Thank you all so much, everybody who's here. Truly, truly. Very cool. So neat. It's like all the flavors that we know and love with bourbon, right? And the oakiness, I think, is really what I'm finding to be much more prominent with the neat version of this as opposed to the iced one. But my hair is gorgeous tonight. Thank you, Darren. Um, it's just it's been laying right today for some reason. What's going on, Mash and Drum? Everybody, Jason's here. Jason, I hope you guys are doing okay up north as well. I know you are getting absolutely pummeled with some snow and ice as well. But hope you're well, buddy. I miss you as well. I was talking with Porter. I keep talking about how much I miss Matt Porter, but I mean, I haven't seen you, Jason, since well before the pandemic, right? I mean, it was like, or have we seen each other since then? I don't think we have. Yeah, we definitely haven't. So we need like a reunion, like a family reunion. Now that things are kind of starting to slow down a little bit with the variants and with spreading and everything. And I mean, we're doing our meetup in May. So Jason, if you want to come join, please let me know. We'll get some information for you. It's raining snow cones. That sounds delightful. But like in the context of snow cones just falling from the sky, that sounds like it just sounds like Armageddon. Honestly, everyone is snowed in, so they're on YouTube. Yeah, hey, somebody else's misfortune is my treasure, I guess. Way to throw a couple of stupid lines together there, Perry. Get it together. But Jason says, yeah, the last time I saw you was at that tasting, but next time I'm in Kentucky, I'll let you know. Dude, I think that sounds great. We kept trying to like make something work for a little while, and the lives of content creators and trying to like hang out with other content creators is so, I don't think that a lot of people, what's going on, Tim Evans? Cheers to you. I'll take a snow cone to the face. Meetup details, please. JG, are you on the Patreon? I'm not sure. I can't remember if you are or not, but the majority of the meetup is going to be Patreon based, with a live show incorporated as well. I don't think it's not really a secret anymore. I can kind of talk about it more. But so it is going to be Memorial Day weekend. We have rooms available from the 25th all the way until the 30th, so you can come and extend your Memorial Day weekend if you like, which is really cool. We've got, and I say it's like limited. It's not really limited to Patreon. It's just like Patreon is who is getting like first crack at it. And if we have enough interest in it as well, because I mean, I'm going to be talking about it on the podcast with Eric, and I'll be talking about it on lives as well. But we want to keep like the meetup portion of it fairly contained, fairly small. But the live show will be huge. That'll be where like we expand to like 2 or 3 times, probably closer to like 3 or 4, the amount of people that we'll have from the for the meetup. Joseph Brazo, I'm coming in way early in the week, so save me a seat on your deck and patch that hole. I cannot promise that I have developed the carpentry skills to patch up that hole the way that it needs to be properly done. But I will at least put like an orange cone over it. Okay, I'll say this right now. Oh, I don't like that. Made it very grainy, very corn forward. Darren says I got to see the hole. Yeah, the ice just watered it down way too much. Goodness gracious, all the people that are here. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. Please, please, please. Be awesome. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, it just got rid of a lot of the character that I like with bourbon in general. And at least with the Russells, it just made it very sweet. And that was kind of like the only thing that it did to it, aside from make it cornier. Tony Bagadonis, where's your hat, Perry? I do like the hair, though. First of all, thank you for liking the hair. The hat is just I'm not wearing a hat tonight, which is nice. I needed to I needed a hat break. I don't want to lose a bunch of hair, because I still have a lot of hair. Like, I'm not thinning, and I want to keep it for as long as I can. I'm getting a haircut next week. I think I'm behind on the chat. I apologize. Don says, I can't wait till Memorial Day weekend, Memorial Day, and smoking a cigar with Joseph Brazo. Absolutely, man. I can't wait for that either. I haven't had a cigar in a while, but I mean, like, I don't really have the opportunity to do it too much anymore, just because, taking care of the kid, and then becomes a whole thing because I have to get clean really quick. But yeah. Swan says he's going to subscribe. Hi, Swanee. Swan's all the way up in Indiana. I miss your face. I miss you a lot, Swan. Scott says crisis averted. Nothing a few 2x6s and screws can't fix. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to just patch it up real fast. Make sure nobody else falls through it. Darren says, see, I wasn't kidding about the hair. Yeah, it's nice to have the hair on. It's like the old days. I was actually supposed to get a haircut today, but our daycare got canceled, so I wound up having to take care of Eden for the day. And by the time, like, when I would have, because I wasn't sure exactly what time the ice was going to start, so I was like, I better not go out and brave that, because I would have had to have taken her to my mom's, and it just would have been a whole thing. Speaking of Eden. Okay, so verdict so far. Russell's neat, better than Russell's on the rocks. However, I don't mind the rocks. It's just, it completely changes the character of what I think a lot of us love about bourbon. So, I mean, if you like rocks, by all means, go for it. But hey, at least you've got some use for the ice that's around. So, Eric says, shoveled about 10 inches so far, waiting for the next bunch. Dude, I do not envy you guys with more than you bargained for. I'm really hoping that we don't get any more or anything too bad. I'm keeping my fingers crossed so we don't lose power. But if we do, we do. I mean, I don't think we'll figure something out. We've got a little generator that we can use in the meantime, but nothing too. Papa Ritter's here. Our house is a very, very fine house. Eden could have come over. I know she could have come over now, but I was like, I don't want to risk it. I want to be careful. Swan's got 7 inches of snow. Ay caramba. Don says, you know who doesn't like rocks? Elmo. Hey man, I'm on Elmo's side. We've talked about it. Elmo, he's not wrong. He is not wrong. Rocco's a rock, dude. Hashtag Rocco is a rock. One of the weirder things I've said in my life. It's made it. Oh, wow. So this is a Knob Creek single barrel. As you can tell, I've quite enjoyed it, and I'm going to have to pick up another one before too long. There's cats in the... I can't remember how that song goes. Sorry, Dad. You stumped me. You stumped me. Finally, like 1 week, Papa Ritter's stumped me. Cries for Schools Nash and Young. I didn't even remember who it was. I apologize. Just reminds you of an old Cheers episode, Mike Meyer. Darren's not having it with Rocco. I agree, man. He's a rock. Darren Pape. Hello, Darren. Darren, I don't think I've seen you here around. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Apologies. But it's good to have you. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the clan. He says Knob Creek has amazing bourbon. Knob Creek is one of my favorite bourbons of all time. Just hands down. I love it. But the ice has made it like almost like a cream saver. Like those strawberry cream savers that don't exist anymore, but I wish they did. I think you can get something similar to cream savers, but like not the original brand. Darren says, hi, I'm new. Darren Pape, sorry. We got Darren Wright and Darren Pape. Says, hi, I'm new. And you're welcome, man. Thank you for being here. It's so cool. I love seeing new faces. I love seeing new faces. It makes me very happy. Holy crap, another Darren. Wait, Darren. Yeah, everybody say cheers. Cheers to Darren Pape. Jason has a cousin named Rocco. Different Rocco. Huh. Man, the ice just like nerfed the Knob Creek. I mean, it's not even got like the... Clifton, are you serious? Don't you give me hope, Clifton. If they're actually bringing cream savers back, I will lose my mind. Because those are like nostalgia candy to the max for me. Didn't they have like a butterscotch or caramel version of them too? I can't remember. Rocco's Modern Life was great. Hey, yeah, it was the only kids show where the main character was a sex line worker. So, phone sex operator. That's what I meant to say. Just hysterical. Yeah, it completely destroyed the palate with the Knob Creek, which is very bizarre. That single barrel neat, though, that is where it's at. Cream Savers Orange. They're on Amazon. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to get on Amazon and buy some Cream Savers. They're at all Big Lots locations. Another fact I did not know. Man, the things I feel like, so I like to, make my streams at least it's like edutainment, right? Like I hope to be entertaining, but I also like to give a little bit of education. But for the most part, no. Like for the most part, it's just us having a good time and chilling. Because like I feel like the podcast is a slightly more serious side of things, but even still, podcast has just been fun recently. But oh my gosh, 36 people in here. Holy moly. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. Wow. Yeah. I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I'll mention a couple of things. One, there's many ways that you can support the show, not just the podcast, but the YouTube channel as well. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. You can also do Snuffy Chats, which is our form of super chats right here on the stream. The links for those are in the description. We don't have access to doing direct super chats here on YouTube. But we have alternatives set up through Stream Elements, through just PayPal directly. Venmo, Cash App, stuff like that. But all the links for that are in the description below. And also, finally, I can't remember the last time that I uploaded, but I finally have a new video coming out tomorrow. So at 12:30, there will be a brand new TIMBP YouTube channel video. And actually, it's going to be a bit of a rebrand. It's going to be we're going to start calling the reviews that I do on YouTube Perry Pours, because of the fact that I am well known for overpouring, and that became known as the Perry Pour. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sincerely, that not only is it cool that we have this many people in the chat at one time, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot for a smaller channel like myself. But the fact that like consistently there's this many of you in here too, very, very cool. Thank you so much. Yes, please hit the like button. Please. How many more watch hours do I need? Let me check. I haven't looked in a long time. I imagine because I haven't actually put up like a real video in a while. Yeah, see, I still need like 1,500 watch hours from folks. So I'm getting quicker with YouTube, or excuse me, with video edits. So hopefully I can start pumping out more videos quicker. It's just a matter of like setting aside more time for videos and setting aside more time for recording and editing and everything. It just takes it takes a lot, and with the podcast already taking up so much of my time, I have to be very judicious with how much time I'm donating, or excuse me, how much time I'm giving to other endeavors, because I also have a toddler. I also have to be around for my family and everything. Have you ever had the opportunity to try the Knob Creek 15 year? Yes, I just tried the Knob Creek 15 year. I tried it on Saturday. We went out for my wife's birthday, and they had it was really affordable too. It was like $18 for 2 ounces of the Knob Creek 15, and I gotta say, I liked it. But it was so, I don't know. It was so oaky to me. It was too oaky to me. Like I better drink this before it gets too iced down. Oh, not good. I just don't like that flavor of watered down bourbon. Thank you for liking the video as well, Darren. Hashtag Papa Ritter Pours. I love it. But I really liked it, but it was missing a brightness up front that I felt really could have elevated the palate, excuse me, more than just having like a really dark, really oaky flavor to it. It was full of like blackberries, though. It was a very complex and interesting bourbon. I needed like that extra little push from it. And I can understand why a lot of people like it and why it did so well, and has done so well over the past couple of years with people's top 10s and everything. But it's still good. It's still good. I don't know if I would pay $120 a bottle for it, but regardless, it's good. It's quite good. Jason says, yeah, buddy, Perry Forest sounds like a great series. Yeah, that's going to be my reviews. I'd like to get a new video up soon. So it's not just because initially what I had envisioned for the why blank is the best value is not really like alternating, but at the very least having more than just me talking about how rare breed might be the best value in bourbon. And I want to take a break from I don't want to, like, my inclination is to go for another barrel proof, but I think that I'm gonna actually step back, and I think I've got a better idea for what I want to do for the next why blank is the best value in bourbon. So I'm looking forward to it. But I also hope everybody's looking forward to tomorrow's video. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a little goofy. Darren Pape says my personal preference is for a high oak flavor profile. Totally understand that. And I mean, like when Knob Creek had those like 14 and 15-year picks, I loved them. I thought they were fantastic. But I think it's the fact that it's watered down to 100 proof that makes it a little less approachable for me. So that's just kind of where I'm coming from. My favorite whiskey on ice is Jameson, one of my favorite things to do in the summer. Nice. Darren and Darren, a bromance comedy. Thank you for your review. Thank you for asking the question, Darren. I appreciate that, man. I'm sure I'll wind up at least touching on it on the podcast next week. Eric and I are supposed to record tomorrow, but from the looks of things, I don't know, man. I'm not so sure about that. Let's see what it looks like outside right now. Very, very black and white, so not helping me much. That don't help me much. But so far, ice 0, neat 2 for me. So unfortunately, the ice is not performing well in the competition. Joseph, I need to paint the other cabinet / hutch blue to match. I think I might have that. I think I do have leftovers of that paint. That would be nice. It'd be nice just to paint this whole back wall a different color, because it's a lot of white. It's a lot of white, and there's a lot of white in this room. Dad says I could Zoom with you. Potentially. If you want to record at noon tomorrow. I think this is also the first stream I've had in a while where there haven't been technical difficulties. Zoom podcast with Papa Ritter. Papa Ritter's going to be on before too long. Before too long, he'll be on the show. We've got that Blanton's beer from Goose Island, one of their Bourbon County releases that I really want to drink with Dad and Eric. So we need to do that. Papa Ritter says I hate painting. I don't much like it either, but if it's going to improve like the quality of the space out here, don't jinx it. Fair enough. It would look nice, but that's some work. It is some work. I mean, like oh my gosh. You're right. Maybe I don't want to paint it out here. I don't need like one accent wall in a garage. Like that just seems ridiculous. Don't jinx it, Perry. I will not jinx it. Any recommendations for a high oak profile bourbon? Thank you for the warm welcome to your podcast. Yeah, man. Also, yeah, Darren, it's so cool to have you here. So I hope we see you back. It's not just me. I hope we see you back in the chat in the coming weeks. But I'm live every Thursday. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, and podcasts come out every Wednesday. Elijah Craig 18, Joseph says. Darren Wright asks if Pape likes double oak stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you can find it right now, Woodford Double Oak is probably one of your better options, honestly. Tony says, well, this is a bourbon podcast, but I don't think I'm going to get this peat off the palate. So let's go Lefroy Cast Strength and Ardbeg. Oh, I don't know that one. Corivrican? Because my instinct is to pronounce it slightly more phonetically. Corivrecken. but it's probably like Korivkin, something like that. Scott says Knob Creek 15. Oh, Scott, you jokester, you goofy boy. Am I? I feel like I'm blanking, but like it's so tough to find, like, because usually like the heavier oak profiles come with those older aged products, and there's so few of them on the market anymore. Um, that I don't know. It's hard to recommend any, simply because it's hard to find them. Corey Veckin. Okay, cool. Ooh wee. You have an 8-year double oak cast strength beam pick. What? Hold on. An 8-year double oaked cast strength beam pick. That's okay. I didn't even realize that they were doing picks like that, but that is blowing my mind. That is awesome. Thank you for saving me one of those, by the way, Jason, because I have got to try. I have got to try that. I bet it's. I bet it's fantastic. I can't wait to check that out. Corey Vrecken. So I was pretty close. Maybe a double oaked pick. Yes. Oh, it's down home. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought that like Beam was doing, like double oaked picks. Which would be so cool. It would be so cool to see something different like that. All right, and last but not least, in this competition or comparison, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I went with the newest batch A122, and according to Joseph, he says that it's basically just going to taste like cold Elijah Craig. So I believe you fully. So I'm, looking forward to it. But the other thing I was going to say, aside from like the double oak pick, like the Woodford double oak, but maybe a good like oakier profile. And I mean, it's slightly more expensive, but if you can get it in your area, Darren Pape, I don't know where you are. But Jason, I wish too, man. I wish too. Papa Ritter said it out. Gonna bounce. Cheers and love to all. See you all next week. See you real soon, Dad. But like Nulu has pretty regularly double oak picks. I just did a double oak pick with them on Monday for Total Wine in Lexington. John Wadsworth, I have a Peerless double oaked rye single barrel now. Their double oaked bourbon is so good. It's so daggone good. Yeah, Peerless double oak I think is really kind of the way to go. Oh, Pape, you're in Maryland. I'm gonna have to start calling you Pape and Darren Wright, because I can't say everybody's names that much. It's gonna throw me off. Oh, I love you too, Dad. JG, I'm waiting for quadruple double oak. So you double oak it once. You give it a third oak. You get a fourth. So you would oak it 5 times or 4 times? Like you would move it into 3 separate barrels after the initial? So I'm not sure. Peerless is available in your area. There you go, Pete. Maryland Darren and Louisville Darren. What up, Big Vic? Cheers, y'all, and my buddy Perry. Cheers to you, my buddy. Babe says just pick a nice name, a nice nickname. Hey, I'm the worst with choosing nicknames, so we'll see how it kind of goes. The double oak bourbons seem more maple syrupy and sweet than particularly oaky. That's very fair, Joseph. Yeah, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof on the Rocks is basically just Elijah Craig, but cold. Oh, man. Eric stopped in for a second. Well, tried to come hang in the chat, but now work is dumb again. Cheers, y'all. See you soon. Eric, I hope you can make it home tonight from work. But good to see you, buddy. Hope I get to see you tomorrow. Darren Wright says, I swear some of my friends call me LD, short for Louisville Darren. Yeah. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof on the Rocks is just Elijah Craig, but cold. That's all it really is. Eric's gone, but Papa Ritter was looking for you. I think he was excited to talk about Taco Bell. Will Hendo Henderson is here. Yo, what's up, Will? Dude, I hope you are doing well. It's good to see you in here. Pape saying hey to Louisville Darren Wright. Lil says she's all hooked up and I get to catch the last 15 minutes. I'm just happy that you're here at all, Lil. I'm happy that everybody is here. This has been a fun stream. I feel like this is... We got a crying baby, I'm sorry. Just crushing some Guinness. Just casually crushing some Guinness. Dude, I could crush a Guinness right now. I love freaking Guinness. It's one of my favorite beers. And it's just one of those that, like, I like really... It's not that I don't like some of the fancier beers, but the more available beers are the ones that I tend to just kind of gravitate towards. Like, I don't really want to pay a whole lot for beer. Beer doesn't, like, I know that there are ways to keep it, like, but I like being able to have, like, beer that I can regularly drink. But yeah, a bit of a Buffalo Trace shortage here in Western Maryland. I feel like we've seen a little bit of resurgence here in Lexington, but I could be wrong. Scott says, I dated a nurse who worked overnights and she was snowed in 3 days on her weekend at the hospital she worked at. That sucks. That really sucks. You like me. You really like me. I do. I love y'all. I'm so thankful. I try to say this as much as I can, but I forget more often than not. But I am so thankful for you guys. Y'all are always the best, and I just can't get over the fact that there are this many people in the chat right now. It just makes my heart warm, makes it happy. Just very nice to just have people around, just to have friends. Darren, thank you. Are you getting creepy yet? No, not at all. Not at all. You know I love you, man. Let me just say this. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof on the Rocks is mighty easy to drink. I mean, it is. It's quick. It's hot and heavy. But I just want to drink and here's the thing. I don't think that ice and, like, the title of the video the stream is like, does ice ruin bourbon? I don't think it ruins bourbon. I think it's just a matter of what you prefer. But Tony Baggett Donuts, this is my peated podcast. Oh, Swan's been trying to get me to do peated podcast for a long time, but not today. Not today. Andrew West, I'm just lurking as I finish work. Also, hey Perry, what's up, Andrew? All the way in Canada. Pape is liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. Hit the dang like button. I don't know how many likes we have right now. I can only see the likes on the Facebook video, which I think is stupid because it just all it shows is 1, but I don't think that's right. Because people like the video before it even starts, or they like the post. But does that not count? I don't know. Facebook, explain. I don't know how these things work. It doesn't ruin bourbon, it just makes it less good. I feel that. And Darren's asking Wright is asking Pape if he listens to the actual podcast. I would guess he probably hasn't listened to it yet, right? Because he just subscribed. So Pape, go definitely listen to the show. I would really appreciate it. This is my like slightly more relaxed content for the week, but the podcast has been my baby for 4.5 years now, almost 5. It doesn't ruin bourbon, it just makes it less good. Mike Meyer says, I like the big cube of ice or sphere that doesn't water it down too fast. The cold is good. I don't mind the cold too much. But I don't know, that maybe this wasn't a good ice mold to use, but I've never had a problem with the Stormtrooper ice molds, at the very least. And Joe says, ice changes most bourbons, not always in a bad way, but usually. Michter's 10 is absolutely ruined by ice, for example. I still think like Michter's 10 is just okay. I've never had one that I've just been blown away by. Like I've got one, yeah, like up at the top of my cabinet, that's like less than half full, and I don't have any plans to just kill it right now. And it's just because I don't like it that much. I've just never been wowed by it, and I feel like I should. That was one of the first things that Chad gave me when the first time that I hung out with him, which is crazy. But I felt really bad when he had me try it, and I was like, oh, it's just okay. But that sentiment is still kind of stood. I feel like. Cheers to you, Darren. Will Henderson, what are your thoughts on whiskey stones or whatever? I hate whiskey stones. I think whiskey stones ruin the flavor of bourbon. I think they're disgusting. I don't know. It's a process of development that people go through where I'm just like, how did it pass this many benchmarks to get to where it is? Like it just baffles me that there is a market for that. Lil prefers the ice to chill it down mainly because it's always warm. Totally agree. And here Don okay says, can we agree regardless of ice or no ice, whiskey stones are a marketing idea that no whiskey drinker actually likes and or uses? Yes. I think that's the key right there. Johnny 5, what's up, Johnny? I enjoy making clear block ice, but rarely put it to use. I've never actually been able to make clear ice. I've tried, but I guess I've not tried hard enough. I know that a lot of people have like their methods and everything, but Wright says, I think bourbon on ice is for a specific mood. I feel that. Andrew West, I enjoyed Michter's 10 rye way more than the bourbon. I agree. I think that Michter's 10 rye is like, a truly spectacular whiskey. Michter's 10 bourbon is so average. I mean, I would have, this is a bold statement, but that's I've been double fisting all night, and this is where my brain has now led me. I would have a hard time finding Michter's 10 to be a premium whiskey when compared to something like off the shelf Buffalo Trace. I would have a lot of trouble trying to tell which one was the actual premium bourbon, but it's just how it goes. Clear ice is nice to look at, but doesn't do anything different. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess it is more of a presentation thing. I'm not making cocktails or putting bourbon on ice for anybody really much anymore. I'm not quite it's hard to entertain with a 15-month-old. So don't Google that. I will not Google that. I don't want the I don't want the FBI to swarm me. And you know what's funny? Like, I think that. Let me gather my thoughts here. I apologize. This for me is a really good indication of where I have come from and how far I have come as an actual bourbon drinker as well. Because I mean, like I used to put stuff on the rocks. It was never, uncommon for me to have bourbon on the rocks. It just, or a rock. It was normally like a whiskey, or excuse me, like an ice ball, or square, the corksicle whiskey wedge, whatever the heck. Hot takes with Pear Bear. I should have. Sorry, I moved on before I read the fallout from my my hot take. Russell's 10 competes for 30-ish. I agree with you, right? Hot takes with Pear Bear. Lil says that is a bold statement. I'll have to do a comparison when I can drink again. Ooh, we got a bot. There have been a lot of YouTube bots recently. Michter's kills me with the low proofs. My favorite one is the barrel proof rye. Barrel proof rye is dope. It's a great bourbon. Do I prefer toasted bourbon or toasted rye? I think overall rye responds better to a toasted profile than bourbon does. But I don't see. I don't dislike toasted bourbon by any means. Yeah, thank you, whoever took care of the bot. Appreciate that. I will not be visiting sister19lol.online. Yuck. Tony says 100%. I started with ice and water in barrel proofs. Jason Perry's big time now. He's got a big old bot. Bots. I hate bots. Ooh, Pape with the big question. This is the thing that I like answering this question. I don't get tired of answering this question, actually. But I haven't been asked this question in a while. Does Pappy Van Winkle live up to its reputation? Well, let me say a couple of things to that, and then we need to wrap it up because we are approaching 9 o'clock, and I've got a podcast I've got to record with a friend. 15-year, fantastic bourbon. One of the best bourbons on the market, if you can find it. It's not really even on the market. 20 is also very good. 23 is a little bit too oaky for me. 10 and 12, both extremely solid bourbons. I don't think that, it's the issue with the bourbon market. in general, that it's so hard to find so many of these products. But it's just, it's also very hard to uh, just justify paying that much money for it. Um, Patrick says, I think that all depends on how much you hype it up. Definitely. It's fine, babe. Bourbon at retail for sure. Pape says the holy grail of bourbon. I know that people still love, or really love the idea of it. And I mean, do I want to be able to own one? For sure. I just don't. Like, I had a Van Winkle 12 year for a while. But it's not in my collection anymore. I had a Van Winkle 10 year as well for a while. That's also not in my collection. But that's what they are supposed to be for, I feel like, is actually drinking them. I can understand being a little bit more stingy, maybe. I don't even really want to use that word because that it feels very negative, but not being as willing to pull out, like, the older products, of course. But I just I'd love to have a 15 year in my collection just to break out for people. But yeah, y'all are agreeing with the 15 year. Hashtag hot takes. Scott Pigsley, have Pappy once in your life, then move on to $50 bourbons that are better. Absolutely. I think that's a very good way of putting it. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching tonight. This has been such a fun stream. And thank you to everybody who was here tonight. If also you have been watching, let me do that so that my face isn't completely just whited out for the ending here. But if you are watching on the replay, appreciate the heck out of you. That means the world. But also, just the fact that you guys are here every Thursday night means so much. I love y'all so much. Even on nights when I'm not actually giving anything away, this many people showed up. It's great. It's really, really cool. New video tomorrow here on the YouTube channel. Hit the bell notifications so that you do not miss it. It'll be live right at 12:30. Everybody stay safe for sure as well. Yeah, be careful out there. I hope you don't lose power. Really hope you don't. I think that's it, guys. Thank you all so much. Love y'all. It's just been a fun stream. It's just been fun. I don't know what else to say. I've had a lot of bourbon tonight. So, all right. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. Until then, I'm Perry. This is TIMBP Live, and cheers.